Okay, class, so our goal right now is to go through a patient interview with Dave and show you how to control the conversation and make sure that you hit all the aspects of LOCITA, your systems review, your past medical history, and your patient's prior level of function and goals. Okay?
Great. Hi, Dave. How you doing today?
Good.
Good. What brings you in today?
I've just been having my shoulder's been kind of bothering me for a little while now, and it's just kind of causing me some issues with doing some things.
Okay. When you say your shoulder, which shoulder are we talking about?
My right shoulder.
Your right shoulder. Okay.
Yep.
Is there really any specific location in your right shoulder that you're having some issue with?
It's not really one spot. It's more of kind of more diffuse, kind of covering the whole shoulder.
Okay.
It's not really just localized to one spot.
Okay. So if I were actually doing the interview by myself, I would switch chairs and actually be on the side that my patient is talking about, so that as he's talking, I can make sure that I initiate now contact with him to see that he's really, am I in the right general region of where his location of pain is. Dave, when we're talking about that it's here, does it go anywhere? Does your pain go anywhere, or your stiffness go anywhere?
I kind of feel it into maybe my neck a little bit. I don't have any radiating pain down my arm or anything.
Okay.
I can feel some tightness through kind of going up into my base of my neck, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that a little bit. Okay. When you say it's been going on for a while, kind of walk me through that. When would you say it started?
Well, I had a surgery on the shoulder from baseball in 2011.
Okay.
And then probably since I finished playing baseball in 2013, it's just been pretty stiff since then.
Okay. And Dave, when you tell me about that surgery, what surgery was it?
I tore my labrum.
Okay. Do you know if it was a slap repair?
Yeah,
okay.
Slap to repair.
Okay, great. Can you just describe for me a little bit more what you're feeling in that shoulder?
It's just overall tightness. Sometimes it'll be a little sore if I do a lot of repetitive activity overhead at all.
Okay.
And then, but it's pretty much once I get to kind of here, it just feels like it can't go any further.
Okay.
No increase in, no pain really, just kind of like a block.
Like a block. Okay. Do you ever get any sharp pain?
No, maybe very rarely.
Okay. How about with quick movements? Does that elicit any different type of stiffness or pain or blocking?
I probably still get the pretty good stiff. If I go like behind my back here or something,
okay.
then it can be pretty stiff too. But no, it doesn't. It's not much different.
So almost like reaching to get your seatbelt or something like that.
Yeah.
Or if you had to reach in the back of your car.
Yep. Yeah. It
okay.
almost feels like I can't get there.
Okay. All right. Would you say that lately it's been getting better, getting worse, or staying the same?
Probably staying the same, or maybe getting a little worse.
Getting a little worse. Okay.
Yeah.
When you go through those motions, like, oh, I'm going to reach in the back of my car, does that stiffness or kind of that stretch come on right away, or does it kind of take a little bit more repetition to get you there?
I don't notice it at first. It's probably more repetition.
More repetition. Okay. So when you think about that, is there kind of that number in your head that you can think, oh, it's, if I had to reach back into my backseat, or if I'm lifting and putting all of my friends' suitcases up in the airplane?
Probably a handful of times. I don't know if I put a number on it.
Okay.
5 to 10 times.
5 or 10 times. Okay. And so now when it's stiff and you stop the activity, how long does that usually stay?
Not long at all.
Okay.
Yeah, not long at all.
Like
once I get
30
back to
seconds?
it. Yeah, probably. Yeah, under a minute.
Under a minute.
Yep.
Okay, good. So we said that this has really been going on for several years, because it will be 2016 very shortly. So, and surgery was in 2011, so we're taking maybe 5 years. Has it really, when you talk about aggravation lately, we know that reaching is kind of that aggravating factor. Are there any other aggravating factors?
Every few months or so, I might notice it, or it might get more stiff from sleeping on it in an odd position.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But other than that, I haven't really thrown a baseball much or anything. I'm sure that would probably be pretty
Okay.
difficult.
And you know, when Dr. K and I talked with you earlier, we talked about you getting a minivan.
Yes.
And yeah, you might want to be able to play baseball with your kids.
Yes.
So that might be a goal that we're
Yeah.
going to get to.
All around the minivan.
Right.
Gotta pack their stuff on the top of the minivan.
Right. Okay. How about when you are sleeping and then that kind of couple months and you wake up, what does it feel like to you?
Just more stiff, and there might actually be some, for like a day or two, there might be pain with just doing range of motion stuff.
Okay.
But that's just maybe every couple months I've noticed that.
And then what do you do to help that?
Nothing really. Stretch maybe.
Okay. So you're a bad patient is
Yep.
what you're telling me.
Yep.
Okay.
But stretching makes you feel better.
Yeah, and it just kind of seems to go if I rest it. Just make sure if I don't do
So
that
rest.
stuff, then basically just rest and
Okay.
kind of limit what I'm doing.
Okay. When's the last time that happened? Like with the sleeping?
2 months ago.
Okay. That's okay. It's good if you can't remember because that means it's not acute. So
Yes.
that's perfectly okay. So what I hear you saying is that if it hurts while you're sleeping, it's really worse in the morning, and maybe as you get going, it kind of loosens up a little bit, right? But that if you had to do some repeated activity, it didn't really matter what time of day that is.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that really matters.
Okay.
I don't really notice a difference over the course of kind of the day.
Okay. Good. Anything else that you would think I should know about your shoulder?
Nope. I had that surgery and had some issues when I played baseball in college and high school, but other than that, no other shoulder issues.
Did you return to playing baseball after your
Yep.
surgery?
Yep.
Okay. And what position did you play?
I was third base before and then first base after the surgery because I couldn't throw as well.
Couldn't throw as far, huh?
No.
Right? Then third base has to throw a little bit farther.
It's a pretty good chuck.
Yeah. Okay. So after you stopped playing, so then in 2013 we stopped playing. We're going to kind of just look at now a little bit more of your past medical history. So have you had any history of any neck trauma or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you notice any increase in symptoms if you move your neck around?
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay.
No issues with my neck really.
Okay, good. And you have no symptoms that go past your elbow?
Nope. No.
Numbness, tingling, burning, anything like that.
No numbness, tingling or anything.
Okay, good. How about when we talk about pain, we didn't really talk about it at night. You just said when it's waking. Just want to make sure we clear that. You're not waking up at night with pain.
No, I'm able to sleep pretty well.
Okay, good. You must be in a stressful situation in your life.
It's not too bad.
Not anymore. Okay. You got through the first 2 quarters of PT school, right? Okay. How about does it increase that stiffness feeling or that blocking feeling when you take a deep breath in?
No.
Or how about with exhaling?
No, I have no issues really with breathing or anything.
Okay, good. How about, have you had any changes in appetite at all? Any unexplained weight loss?
Nope. No,
Okay.
not really.
Still eating as much as you did when you were playing baseball?
Yep.
Okay,
Pretty close.
great. That's called stress eating. No, just kidding. If you had any other prior surgeries before?
I had a appendicitis in 2005.
Okay, all right. Any complications from that?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Anything else? Besides your
I
wisdom teeth, which I really don't need to know.
did have those. Yes. No,
Yeah.
and no, that's it.
Okay.
So no cardiac history, no chest pain, nothing like that.
Nope.
Okay, good.
Nope.
Any pain in your other side of your shoulder? I mean, in your left side.
No.
Okay. And Dave, we kind of forgot an important question. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
Right-handed. Okay, great. Okay. So after you returned from your surgery, you were able to still throw pretty well.
Mhm.
Okay. And did you have any continued stiffness and pain after?
After the surgery?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. I wouldn't call it 100%, but I was able
Okay.
to
Play.
play, so
Okay.
I was happy with it. Was
Okay.
better.
Okay, good. And then we talk about that. That's 2013. And then we're getting to now, we're almost to 2016. So what's been your functioning within the last couple months? What have you maybe stopped doing that you would like to do again?
I would maybe be playing softball here in the future in the softball league. So that would be interesting. I don't know how my shoulder would react to that. So
Yeah.
That might be, and just any kind of more recreational activities would be interesting how my shoulder reacts to that now that I have more free time.
Yeah.
So
We'll see how that goes.
yeah.
Okay. And then tell me about your daily activity.
I work out a couple days a week.
A workout.
And
Okay.
try to. And then other than that, I'm not doing too much that involves my shoulder with where I'm having issues. So
Okay. We had talked a little bit briefly that you have really kind of stopped lifting above maybe even 90 degrees in all planes.
Yep, for the most part, yeah.
Okay. So we talked a little bit earlier, and we apologize that you guys weren't a part of that conversation, but we did talk on that is very functional, and that if Dave wants to return to doing some of that stuff, and also to prevent injury in the future, that's a good goal for him to be able to and he doesn't have to lift heavy weights, but he still needs to be able to get overhead without feeling that stiffness.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Any elbow, like did you have Tommy John? Did you have any stress with your elbows at all?
No, I never had elbow pain or anything like that.
Good.
So.
How about wrists? Anything with your wrists at all?
Nope.
Okay, good. How about you live in just a normal apartment or house? Good. Steps to get into it.
Yeah.
Normal cabinets, normal shelves, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Any pain with driving or any stiffness with driving?
Since I always noticed that was one big thing I noticed before I had my surgery.
Okay.
But after, I don't know if I might drive differently now. I may not drive with my right arm.
Yeah.
Up
Kind of
anymore.
doing the smaller.
Yeah, I may not do that anymore.
Okay.
So I don't have any issues with it, but I feel like I've completely changed how I position.
You've adapted quite a bit.
So.
Okay. So that might be something we do is just kind of go look at what you sit, how you sit in your car, and what the position is of your posture and in relation to the rest of your body. Okay, Sound good? I know that you're a student, so you probably sit a little bit, but you were out in the clinic, so that probably felt pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
How about when you were sitting a little bit more, did you notice an increase in stiffness or?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I think too noticeable, but most likely, yeah.
Okay. All right. Any other things that have alleviated it or any other ways that you found to treat your shoulder that have been helpful?
Every once in a while I'll have to take ibuprofen.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm just, if it flares up or something, I just rest and maybe take ibuprofen.
Okay. Okay. Good. So, Dave, let's just kind of wrap up. We talked about some goals might be playing softball in a recreational league. What would be some of your other goals?
I should probably get to doing some more functional overhead lifting stuff.
Yeah.
And then I guess making sure that I know that I have that lack of range of motion here, so I should probably get that rectified sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Or else when I get older, I may not react very well.
Right. So. When you're carting around your minivan.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. Right. Good. Dr. K, is there anything else that you would like to ask?
I think one of the things I would ask socially is just to make sure, do you have any kids or younger siblings or anything else at home that we haven't talked about that places any kind of demand on your shoulder?
Nope.
Okay. And then how about in the clinic when you were doing your internship? Is there anything that you avoided or any specific activity that you were doing that you noticed, oh my gosh, I have to take ibuprofen, I need to make sure I watch my body mechanics, or I just kind of avoid that?
Yeah, that's a good point. I did find myself being a lot more conscious of my body mechanics due to
what would
shoulder
you,
stuff.
Yeah, what would
like
you
your
avoid?
lack of range, or?
Sometimes if I'm right here, I think most people would have that if I was doing anything. If I had poor body mechanics where my shoulder was up in a bad range and having to do force here or anything like that.
Would aggravate it a little bit.
It would fatigue pretty quickly.
Okay, so it would fatigue.
It wouldn't really be pain, it was just fatigue.
Okay, but you notice it more on the right side than you do on your left side.
Yep.
And that's your dominant side. So we would expect typically for the endurance and the strength on his dominant side to be better. So that's an abnormal finding for us.
Very good. Very good.
I think that's pretty much it, though. I think we covered all.
Yeah, and just as we move to the next part, there's always going to be things that you miss, and that as you go through your objective, and even when you start in some treatment, it's always that kind of dialogue that you're trying to figure more and more out about your patient.
Yeah, always give them the opportunity to give you more information. So if while you're doing their passive range of motion testing, they say, actually this morning when I reached up to get a coffee cup, I did have some sharp pain. Earlier I told you I didn't have pain, but so then you might want to revisit some of the questions that you asked before.
Yeah.
If they just said pain, okay, how would you describe that? And if they're not giving you anything, sharp, like a deep ache, would you say it's diffuse? Would you say it's pretty localized? Can you point to that area for me? And then you might have to just regress into your questioning because, they're kind of in a different situation. They haven't been before, so maybe they don't remember all of the answers accurately. So just give them a chance to revisit it.
Good. So the next part we would do is move into our objective measurements, and while we were talking, we would just appreciate Dave's posture. So that will be our next video that you guys get to see.